the body. Hooker with a left hook up top.
Dan Hooker is a sniper, man. He throws everything in so straight. No wasted actions. He doesn't load up. He just lets the striking flow.
That right hand has landed a couple times here recently for Dan Hooker.
He's the taller guy, and he's fighting behind the jab. He's fighting long, using that reach advantage too. That big reach advantage he has, he's using it very good tonight.
The accuracy's been there, landing at a 52% clip.
John, I almost said using his reach advantage to his advantage.
Yeah, it's happened to me a time or two. Iaquinta really busted up. Nose bleeding into his mouth. And once again, that Hooker jab keeping him at bay. Ooh, that's a big right hand from Iaquinta. One and done, though.
And that's what he may have to do. Because he cannot start conventional, he may have to switch as he's attacking. He's really good at that. And maybe he can catch Dan with a shot that'll finish the night. But right now, that's essentially all he can do. He's behind in this fight. Behind through 2 rounds, and he's behind in this round. So he's got to try to finish.
Sniping jab there from Dan Hooker. Under 2 minutes now to go.
And not even breathing heavy. You know, if you fight Dan Hooker in a stand-up fight, he can do it all night long, man. He's feinting, trying to draw a reaction out of Iaquinta. Once he gets the reaction he wants, he'll fire that jab down the pipe and maybe follow up with a right hand.
Well, and he told us on Friday, right hand from Iaquinta. He's a 5-round fighter, and he's excited to have the chance potentially to test himself in a 5-round setting in the UFC.
And he wants to do that very soon. You know, he said that in January he heard rumors of a fight in his home country, and he would like to go fight in New Zealand.
Well, Iaquinta certainly bit down on the mouthpiece, and he's staying in that pocket, trying to find his range. 1 minute now to go. Foot stomps raining down here inside this Marvel Stadium. 89-35 in terms of these significant strikes right now for Hooker.
Dan Hooker is fighting a fantastic fight. He's looking as good as he's looked in a real long time against a very tough opponent, a guy that's been around for a long time and has been in the octagon with the best the division has to offer.
Right.
And Dan Hooker seems to have wiped him out.
Right, guy who went 5 with Khabib, a guy who has main event experience in the UFC more than once. Ooh. Another crippling leg kick courtesy of Dan Hooker. As we come down the stretch in this co-main event, Robert Whittaker, Israel Adesanya waiting in the wings. Hooker trying to put the finishing touches on a largely dominant performance in the co-main event tonight against raging Al Iaquinta. This fight replay is brought to you by Nemiroff, old characters since 1872.
Those leg kicks really did dictate the fight. Dan Hooker landed over and over that low calf kick. And when Al tried to wrestle in the middle of his takedown defense, he made him pay by landing damage. And it was this big right hook that dropped Al. And look at the timing on that lead elbow. Dan Hooker fought as good a fight as he could have hoped for tonight in Australia. He asked for it, he got it.
And when you start to look at this wins list of Dan Hooker, we referenced it off the top of the co-main event, but to add Al Iaquinta to the likes of Vick and Burns and Miller and Jacasey, and if he does get the win tonight, it would be his first in the UFC by decision.
You know, I said in the beginning of the fight that Dan Hooker had his hands full, you know, with the number 6 guy in the world, and he ranked 15th. But he made it look easy. He looked phenomenal tonight. He put it on Al Iaquinta. He dictated the pace. He busted him up. He fought the exact fight that he needed to. And this is a massive win for Dan Hooker. This is the performance that he needed to try to boost himself into the top 10 of the division.
Right. All right, the official decision brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile. Catch all the action with Metro by T-Mobile's knockout coverage and unlimited data with the scorecards now. Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 30-27, 30-27, and 30-26 for the winner by unanimous decision, Dan the Hangman Hooker!
So a banner night continues for City Kickboxing. Dan Hooker now 6-1 at 155 pounds in the UFC. Huge effort tonight against the number 6 ranked fighter in the world. I'd imagine you're going to enjoy watching this one back. Congratulations.
I'm going to announce my next fight. Dustin Poirier, I'm going to smash your face in. Meet me in New Zealand, 2020, and I'm going to end you.
There you have it, the Hangman, Dan Hooker.
Not only did Dan Hooker put on a phenomenal performance, he also called his shot at the event of his liking.